So we just signed on as a Nielsen family. You know, the ratings guys, they come into your home and attach this this box to your TV, and when you watch, all you do is pass around this remote, and whoever's watching what, they punch in what they're watching, right? They hooked up the box to the TV in Noel's room. There's even one buttoned up into the black and white kitchen set, and the 38 boomer in Connie's and my boudoir. So the first night we got it, Connie and the kids and me, we're lounging around the family room, figuring out how we could push all the buttons at once, you know, really screw up the Nielsen guys. And my partner, Joey, he's over. I explained to him what's the deal, and he tells me,
You go pushing more than one button at a time, then you're not screwing anybody. You're just canceling yourself out.
the fuck do you know, you fucking Mick? Are you screwing anybody presently?
Same thing, you vote Democrat and Republican in the same election. And besides,
Einstein continues.
them Nielsen guys pay more attention to toilets flushing during commercials than any friggin' box.
And I told Joey he's full of shit, which he usually is. Because, I mean, is he a Nielsen family? The elbow bender still lives in this one-room cinch pad overlooking an alley. You know, never married, not even dating, for Christ's sake. So his chances of even having a family, let alone being lucky enough to get a call from Mr. Nielsen and enlisted into the privileged ranks of the pretty slim, you know what I mean? So, of course, he puts down the value of being a Nielsen family. Because people, friend or foe, they do this all the time, consistently. They put down what you got because they don't got it, because they wish they had it, but they don't. Even shifts like Joey, not known the guy since kindergarten. He puts down marriage, kids, big screen TVs, everything that has value and that he don't got, because if it has value, that makes him a very poor man by comparison.
So Denny's on the way to the fridge for another Bud Light, laying into me for dumping on his conspicuously inquisitive lifestyle again, when all of a sudden the front pane window explodes in like this huge spiderweb of splinters.
Hole big as a nut in the center.
And across the family room, the screen on the big set,
This is the 52-incher, the one that we just knobbed on hot from Best Buy to make a good impression on the Nielsen people.
it explodes too.
Nobody knows what the hell is up. The glass is falling all over my wife and kids. Joey diving over them to cover them as best they can.
Hines was barking at the TV set because it's still, you know, sputtering fireworks and smoke.
Yeah, I had to yank out the plug and collar Heinzie, and by this time Connie is screaming because there is all this blood.
Things were already pretty choked up that night before the bullet hit. Then he'd made up his mind to reform me. All right, we'd both been passed over the third time in a row on detective promotions. I'd been half fractured most of the time since, and Denny refused to let me put my life on the rocks about cow plop of that particular ilk.
Best friend since kindergarten. It's only right.
Now, I don't know the department has a quota system.
Fuck, they do.
Denny says they do.
Believe me, they do.
I don't know. I do know that I aced that detective exam the third time in a row.
We both did.
And 50 guys with lower scores got up to plainclothes ahead of me.
50 guys up to the rank of dickhood with not only lower scores and less service, but who just all happen to be of a more ethnic than me and my bog hopping amigo paisan over here.
I'm not saying there's reverse
The
racism,
fuck if there isn't.
but Captain Dickerson,
The supreme dick of all dicks.
he's had it out for me and Denny ever since we went through the department grievance procedure and forced him to remove reprimands that he tucked in both our files. The reprimands were for racist remarks, and sure, Denny and me knocking around in the locker room might have let slip a rude word or two about the apparent injustice of this unstated quota system.
But Dickerson's cheese-eating rat patrol, overhearing something not even intended for their fucking ears, gives a man no right to put reprimands in our files that can effectively stonewall our careers.
So I was blitzed a lot.
A lot. Joey, you were spoon-feeding yourself sterno for breakfast.
And Denny, to keep me off the sauce, he talked Connie into having me over just about every night of the week.
We kind of adopted the mutt. Hines took a shine to him.
I appreciated the gesture. It was a good thing to do. Denny was always doing things like that. He was always looking out for people. He was a good guy, a people person.
You know, You show a non-starter like this the good life. Beautiful house, beautiful wife, beautiful kids, dog, all these TVs, and it can have a kind of reformative effect, right?
It did me anyway. Only Denny, he'd bring these women to dinner night after night trying to fix me up. He brought this one woman, Rhonda, over, a hooker. I noticed for a fact because I'd seen Denny taking money from her out on patrol. Nothing inherently bad in that. A dozen or so hookers, he looked after them and they greased him. In exchange, he wouldn't run them in, keep the pimps off their backs.
Hey, I enabled those girls to keep just about most of what they made exactly the way that free enterprise in this country should be.
Like I said, Danny was a stand-up guy. But this Rhonda, what a trip. Denny, he thought the kind of girl I'd fall hard for was Rhonda's type, when actually she's more the type he'd go for, which was one of his faults, I guess. It was apparent from the first moment we all sat down at dinner what was up. Connie was bringing in food, tossing Denny the fisheye, and Denny's getting all pissed off at me because I don't talk to Rhonda. And Rhonda, I don't know, she's sensitive, I guess. 3 glasses of wine, she's stuffing her face. She never ate food like it. Complimenting Connie, spitting chunks of half-chewed lasagna across the table onto Stewie's high chair. Then she starts in about her childhood, which, believe me, wasn't a Disney movie. When Rhonda brought up incest at the dinner table, that was it for Connie. I mean, she left the room. Denny's shouting after her, back to the table, be civil, we got company.
But that's me.
That's you.
You're doing me.
I'm doing you. But Connie was a good match for Denny because she couldn't take any of his shit. I always thought that about them. They were a good couple. So Connie gone, who does Denny lay into next?
I told Joey. I told him, it's perfectly logical, you know? To start a new life, person's got to make new friends, right? Perhaps Rhonda, she don't get exposed to that much of the good life. And I want to expose her to the good things, give her a taste of how good the good things can be. You know, it's you all over again, Joey. You got no right to look down. Everybody at this table knows you got a fairly severe drinking problem.
Dang.
Okay, well, hey, you know, so maybe Rhonda didn't know till now, but she's company, you know, and besides, I bring you out to our table night after night for the same logical purpose. You get exposed to the good life. And then suddenly, the bottle in your case, making a living flat on your back, and Rhonda's, it doesn't look so fucking appealing, right? Am I right? What? What'd I say?
Fortunately, the phone rang. So Denny, before he answers it, he tells us.
Sure, the fucking phone rings. Drop everything just to yap to some fucking scammer who wants to sell me TV guide. Look, you two entertain yourselves, okay?
And he leaves me and Rhonda there alone at the dining room table. I couldn't think of anything to say, neither could Rhonda, I guess. But while we're sitting there, out of the corner of my eye, she's sitting next to me, I could see her bottom lip start to quiver like she's gonna cry. But before she did, she runs out the front door with a coat. Then he comes back into the dining room, jumping for joy because he got called to be a Nielsen family, but then the smile drops from his face, and he asks me,
The fuck is Rhonda?
she split.
And how you suppose she's supposed to get home, huh?
She didn't drive.
No, she did not drive. The general idea, shit for brains, is you give her a lift home. One thing, another, you land the green, sink the putt, Family Guy, huh?
You promised you weren't gonna do this anymore, Den.
What the fuck is wrong with you? She's a nice girl.
Did I say that she wasn't? I mean,
Did you say that she was? All right, you know, all night you're Buster fucking Keaton with the silent bit. Dipshit didn't say 2 words to her all night. I told him, it don't just happen, Joey. You gotta make a fucking effort. Great women like Connie, they don't just fall into your lap. And, you know, what the low life tells, you know what the low life tells me?
I told him Rhonda is not Connie, Den.
As if I don't know the fucking difference. What he thinks I plucked? What he thinks I plucked Connie newborn from in her birthday suit out of the Virgin Spring, and I married her? She had a history, same as Joey, same as me, same as Rhonda. I told him that.
And I said it's not the same thing, and you know it.
Well, what are you, a lawyer? Correcting me, what I say, what I think? You know what this is?
I gotta go.
A double fucking standard.
Is that what it is?
Yes, it's a double fucking standard. Rhonda's had a hard life.
We're all doing hard time at the Rock, Denny.
Harder than any lumps you know.
Okay, save it for the pulpit, all right?
Look, the girl lays her life on the line just to make it day to day out on the streets, and you dish her off beyond redemption?
All right, don't shut up.
Well, you tell me it's not them and us? Rhonda ain't one of us, huh?
Denny grabbed his coat and he told me
Tell Con I'm taking Rhonda home.
and stormed out the door. This bit about them and us. Sergeant Wallace, he suggested maybe to get on Dickerson's good side before the next detective promos are made. Me and Denny, maybe we take this race relations seminar the department is offering free, no charge. So I sign up, but Denny, he's too busy being a family man and all that, so he asked me to coach him on what they teach me, watch his back so he don't let anything remotely mean-spirited slip in the locker room like before. So I did. And we're busting these two gangbangers, these Latino and African American gentlemen. We caught them pants down with all this pharmaceutical grade H and coke, morphine too, fishing tackle box full of vials. I mean, we load the haul into the squad car trunk. We cuff the gentleman in the back seat. And up front, I tell Denny the names that he called these guys while we were reciting them the Mirandas. He should be a little more cautious. That's all I said. And he gets all defensive.
Say what? What'd I say?
The words, Denny, the words.
What I said to you, Joe, polite company, you're my Goomba, my partner in crime. What are you gonna tell on me?
The trick is not even to think those words, then.
Think 'em? What do you want me inside my fucking brain now? What, you an Irish tampon or something?
You asked me to help you on this. I'm helping you.
How can I not think what I am thinking, Joey?
I'm only saying, Den.
It's all I heard in our neighborhood since day one.
Forget about it, okay?
You too, Joey. You know the neighborhood. My mom and dad, they barely had 15 words of fucking English between them. But these included.
Don't get a hard on about it.
Who's getting a hard on?
You're getting a hard on about it.
How can I not fucking think what I'm fucking thinking?
It offends people, okay?
And I'm not offended you tell me something's wrong the way I think? Something evil inside me?
Well, nobody said evil, Den. Who said evil? Who?
Nobody, okay? But maybe I'm as sensitive as this gangbang ethno shit in the back seat. Maybe I take it that way.
Den.
They get more sensitive, I should be less.
Den.
They want tolerance from me, they should start tolerating my intolerance.
It's not them and us, okay? That's what I mean, okay?
You don't know what the fuck you mean.
We're all the same, Den, all right?
Yeah, you are the egghead. I am the walrus.
Well, don't denigrate it now.
Well, personally, I don't cogitate transcendental shit like that so well. So I punched the fuck. Ow! And I told him, you keep your cuckoo-cajoo shit, Joey. You know what the PC flyball says to me?
You gotta quit hitting people too, Denny.
What, you're all too sensitized too now? I love you, Joey. What do you want me to do? Hug and kiss you in public?
All right, knock it off,
Rub
then.
you with a tum-tum?
Okay, you don't realize how hard you hit.
What's that?
Just knock it off.
He's so sensitive. So sensitive, you could use him to wipe a baby's with a baby's bottom.
All right, will you effing knock it off, Denny?
Effing? Excuse me. Effing? Wouldn't that be one F or two, Officer Friendly? Please, at least pay me the respect of swearing like a man in front of me or not at all. Christ, what a baby.
It's not about being a baby. It's about you treating people better.
Oh, you take a seminar on racial speak and suddenly you're Mr. fucking Rogers?
Maybe so. Maybe so, yeah. Sure. Why not?
You may think it, but the SAT seminar ain't gonna make one fly shit fleck of difference in your detective app comes up again because you're the wrong fucking color, spud.
I'm making an effort, okay?
Shit busts my balls days and night with this pasta basta wop shit.
It takes an effort, Denny.
Look, do I file a lawsuit? Issue a fucking reprimand? You and me, we gotta take it on the chops, man, because it's funny. You got a sense of humor about it. You know, that's the way things are. So please, I don't want to subject it to any more of your narrow-minded neo-Nazi bullshit this afternoon, because I'm trying to do my job and drive a fucking squad car over here, all right? So hey, Poindexter, you still coming over to dinner tonight, or is your spoon arm too wounded? Connie's making lasagna. Douchebag. Well, come on, Joey. Hey,
Alright, I got things to do, Den.
things. What things? Rearrange the affordable portables around the one-room roach motel you call home?
I've been over too much lately.
My kids love you. Connie loves you. I love you. Hansi loves you. Your right leg, anyway. We want you there.
It's your family, Den. I'm all the time in the way.
Joey, we grew up together. We're partners. You're family. I care about you. I don't want you going back to that armpit of a bachelor pad and sticking it in a bottle of schnapps tonight.
Alright, can you ever give it an effing rest?
Oh my ears, please, I'm sensitive. Hey, you got a problem with the bottle. I got a problem with my mouth. We're helping each other out, right? Right? We gotta be detectives together someday, Starsky and Hutch. This is good for us, right? I look out for you, you look out for me. Back to back, Joey, come on.
No way I'm coming over if you try to fix me up again.
You asked me never again. Would I do that to you?
That was the night he fixed me up with Rhonda. After Denny stormed out to drive her home, I went upstairs to give Connie his message. She was in Stewie's nursery looking out the window. She looked so beautiful holding him, you know, like moms do. Room was dark, moonlight on her face, Stewie conked out on her shoulder. I tiptoed over and brushed Stewie with the back of my finger on the cheek and saw out the window what Connie saw. Denny was out in the driveway with Rhonda. She was crying full out by then, and Denny was, you know, consoling her. Connie didn't like that one bit. It started to rain that night. I remember, I don't think it let up more than a minute or two until this whole thing was over with.